You're in control, is there anywhere you want to go?
Gretchen, what made you decide on Texas?
It was really a combination of all the things that Texas had to offer, the coaches and the whole atmosphere of everything about it. I visited Austin 2 or 3 times. I just flew to meet there a couple of years ago, so that's really what kind of started Texas in my mind. Well, the coaches just kind of like, they helped me figure out what I really wanted to do towards the Olympic team type thing. So their programs are kind of like, they're not necessarily led towards that. They're kind of led towards team building and doing the best we can at NCAAs. So, and then the Olympics are kind of just a really fun bonus.
With Arizona State, and it was kind of between Washington and Arizona State, but Washington was my first visit, and that's when I committed.
So, are you a cool weather person, or was the heat of Arizona State too much for you?
Oh, I love the cold weather. I'd rather be cold than hot, so that was one of the reasons. He was me on my unofficial, and he just loved Washington. He had a lot to do with my decision, too, and, you know, I mean, I could have gone farther, but Washington isn't that far, so he'll be able to come watch the game.
Congratulations. Decided, you know what, I want to go to Washington.
My coaches and teammates really followed me through my gymnastics career, and they just helped me through everything this whole season, and they were just really supportive. Stanford, UCLA, Washington, of course, Utah, and those were my top 4.
What are some of the things that Washington can help you possibly get to the Olympic trials, etc.?
David, the head coach, or the assistant to the head coach, is a previous elite coach also, so he said he could help me go where I want to go.
Jasmine, what were some of the schools that you looked at prior to deciding on Wake Forest?
I looked at University of Florida, NC State, and Georgia.
So what made you decide on Wake Forest?
I liked the program, and I liked the people over there. They just made me feel like family. Like, it was just a really nice school. I really liked it.
How does this signing early alleviate some of the pressure of the recruiting process?
It alleviated a lot of pressure. Like, I feel very, like, stress-free now. Everything's just falling into place.
What were some of the other schools that you looked at prior to deciding on UCLA?
UCLA was actually my first visit. If I wasn't going to get offered, or I think I was headed up to Stanford or Arizona State.
As far as being really close to home, how important is that, knowing that your family and friends are going to be able to watch you a lot of UCLA?
Extremely important. I mean, they're a big part of my life, a big part of why I chose UCLA, because it was so close to.
It took me a really long time. I kept asking him to give me more time because I really couldn't decide. I was stuck between a few different schools.
Was it one of those things where you woke up one morning, or you thought about it, or parents helped you out?
I had a big influence from my cousin. She goes there too, and she kept telling me how good the coach was, and she kept influencing me. And so one day I just woke up and said, I'm going there, that's my school.
Congratulations. Was it for you to finally say, you know what, I need to make a decision?
It was really important because, like, I've been working so hard for my scholarship, and I just wanted to feel that I needed to find the right school, and when I did, I was really excited.
So what other schools did you think about going to before you decided on Cal State Dominguez Hills?
Sonoma State, Biola, APU, Cal Lutheran, Occidental.
Congratulations. Did you visit Bakersfield before you finally decided to go there?
I visited Bakersfield twice before I committed.
And what other schools were you deciding on before you finally said, you know what, I want to go to Bakersfield?
Well, I originally verbal to Wright State University in Ohio, but our coach left, so I decided to look at other schools, and I found Bakersfield, and they liked me, so I committed there.
So, outside of the other school that's in Ohio, what other schools were you thinking about going to?
There was Miami of Ohio, UC Riverside.
It's true though. Like, you really get to learn independence.
So now that you finally decided on where you're going, how much does that help you going forward in the softball season? You don't have to think about recruiting, etc. How much does that help you?
It's a lot of weight off your shoulders, and it feels good.
Congratulations. What were some of the other schools that you were thinking about going to prior to saying, you know what, I want to go to Loyola?
I was talking to APU and Point Loma, and they were just like, weren't like I wasn't drawn to them as much as I was to LMU.
So was it the teammates, potential teammates, the coaches? What swayed you?
At first it was like the campus is really beautiful, and then I got to know like the coaches, and they were like really positive and upbeat and like willing to work with me. So like they're like really supportive. So I like that a lot.
How important was it for you to stay close to home and play in front of friends and family, etc.?
I think like that was a lot of it. I wanted to stay close to home and still be away, but like.
How important is it for you to play close to home in your college career?
It was important for me. I was really excited because I get to stay home and my family's there and they get to come watch me. I didn't want to go too far. I could have if I wanted to, but it's like an hour and a half, so it's like perfect for me. So I was excited.
What were some of the other schools that you were considering?
Arizona State. TCU in Texas, and Wichita State out in Kansas. So there were some like farther schools, but I wanted to stay local.
So when did you finally say, you know what, this is where I want to go? I mean, was it like one day you woke up, or?
I went on a visit on an unofficial, and the coaches were really nice, the girls were really nice, and everyone knew everybody, and I liked how small it was. So, and once I got there, I just loved it, and it was really pretty. So I knew that was where I wanted to go.
Megan, what made you decide on North Florida?
I like the location. I love the family unity and the sisterhood. It reminded me a lot of my high school and the unity that we share there at those schools.
What other schools were you considering before?
Holy Cross, Cal State Dominguez Hills, Texas.
You finally said, you know what, this is where I want to go. When did you make that decision?
About my second visit to the University of North Florida, I decided that it was the school for me. I just loved everything that it had for me, and I loved everything that it provided.
So what finally made you decide on UNLV as your college choice?
Because it has like hotel management, which I really like, and they have a good ranking on golf.
And how about, what are the other schools that you considered before you decided on UNLV?
I was considering University of Oregon and Southern Methodist, SMU at Dallas, but I decided to go to UNLV because the weather, it's nice, and during winter, it doesn't snow.
Yeah, congratulations. Andrea, how many trips did you make up to Provo before you decided on BYU?
Well, my sister goes there, so like I've been there a lot of times watching her swim and stuff, but I made one official visit, and then I really liked your girls up there and everything.
How important was it to have a family member up there with you while you're going to school in Provo?
Like at first I thought it wasn't going to be a big deal and everything, but being up there, it's really nice to have her there and like show me all the stuff and everything.
What other colleges were you considering?
I was looking at the Naval Academy in San Diego State.
So Samantha, what made you decide on Sonoma State?
It's like the school I had in mind all along. It's a really small school, has a really great college town atmosphere, and when I took a visit to the college, I fell in love with the campus. The coaching staff is great, the girls are amazing, and I just fell in love with the school.
What were some other schools that you were looking at?
I was looking at like University of North Carolina, Cal State Long Beach, a couple local schools, but Sonoma State really was the one that I decided on.
What position will you be playing when you get into Sonoma State?
Most likely right field.
Congratulations. What made you decide on Middle Tennessee State, and have you ever been to Tennessee before?
Yes, I visited Tennessee, and I decided to go there because they had my major and they had a really strong softball program.
What were some of the other schools that you looked at prior to picking Tennessee?
I was looking at Colorado State, and I was looking at South Alabama, and Tennessee just seemed like a right fit for me.
So what position are you going to be playing in?
I want to play shortstop.
Okay, congratulations.
It's made things a lot easier. I think like there's not that stress that you have to sign in like college apps and all that stress. So I'm kind of free to like relax more and just have fun playing volleyball.
How did the staff up there make you feel when you first went and started visiting?
I love the staff. Like right off the bat, it wasn't tense or anything. It was just like we had fun. We were talking and joking around. They're just great.
Futures for discovering, the space in which we're traveling.